but also don't sit. Just right. Yo, baby.
Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Ahima.
My name is Na. If you are new here, lovely to have you here.
So during the week, we were just thinking about like our experiences. Like I think we were bored. We're just gisting, right? We remembered spectacular things that happened when we were dating long distance, right? Like some of those are funny moments, and we thought to just share like our experience, how we're able to just navigate those times, living in different countries. Ahima in Nigeria,
Me in Ghana.
you understand? So we made it work, right? We're able to like, I think we're also lucky enough to like, have everything fall in place for us. So this video is really about like telling our story and just giving maybe a little tip of what worked. You could try. This is not classic relationship advice.
This is basically our journey and our opinion of what we think we did.
Yes.
I mean, what we did, right?
Yeah.
For it to work out for us.
Like the time you had that guy who was asking you on a date for your birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And you didn't want me to go.
I mean, I didn't want you to go because I was trying to surprise dog. I wanted to bring things for you on your birthday, and you were saying you want to go and date.
And you succeeded at a surprise. So
yeah,
congrats.
I mean, but the thing is that we were not dating officially at that point, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like you had any kind of. I didn't have a say, right? It's not like you had to really ask me. But then you came to ask me at that point. That means you were really expecting something.
So then I remember before we started dating, we were friends, right?
Yeah.
At some point in our friendship, we became accountable to each other. So
Right.
it was like a transition. First, friendship, we were going on different dating other people. And then we moved on to the accountability stage where we're still friends, but we'll still go on other dates, but then we will be accountable to each other. So I'll tell you that, I'm actually hanging out with this guy, I'm going on these dates, and I'll be wondering why, okay, you are okay with it, and
I mean,
you tell me if you're hanging out with this girl, you're going to the movies with this girl. Yeah, so that was a stage I got to before we actually started dating officially.
yes. So I think one of the things that really helped us, I would say the pillar, like the real pillar, was communication, right? And this was something that we really established when we were like, just friends straight out of Kenya, back in our countries. We're just always talking every day,
Every single day.
Every single day we would chat, we would like, keep up with each other's lives. Good morning. You're going to the office.
You were waking me up in the
send
morning
me a
because
selfie.
you were 1 hour ahead of me.
Yes.
So you wake me up when I'm still asleep. You call me, or sometimes I wake up and I see your WhatsApp message.
Yeah. So I mean, and then you're on your way. You tell me when you get to the office. When she's going to work, like she will always send me pictures. I mean,
because I do my makeup in the car, so I drive. There's a lot of traffic in the morning.
yeah, but
right?
you're sending a guy you're not dating. You're sending him pictures. Was it like you were trying
But
to
you
tell
also
me
sending me
something?
pictures.
I sent you random pictures.
You were sending me pictures when you were in the office.
Yes, you taught me how to send pictures.
Who started the pictures?
Of course, now. Let's not even go there. Pictures, you.
Okay.
Madam selfie maker. She will send me pictures of her driving to work, and I will notice that she's not wearing her seatbelt, and I'll be like, "Madam, wear your seatbelt. Please wear your seatbelt." Or sometimes okay. And that thing again is that you're going to the office. Sometimes you take these selfies, but more times we even want to call while you're driving.
Yeah.
So I remember one time like that I don't even remember. You told me some police in front or something. You had to like go off, man. But then I was like your police for seatbelt. I made sure that you always wear seatbelt.
So the thing is that I don't wear seatbelt when I'm reversing,
Sometimes
because I
don't
want that
even wear,
flexibility to be able to turn at any point in time.
Even when you're driving, sometimes you will not wear seatbelt.
Okay, but now I've changed, right?
Of course, now try it in this part of the world. You will not come and look for bail bond. Yeah, so to the point there is that we had strong communication, right? Even before we started dating. So it wasn't like, okay, now we are dating, let's look for how to navigate long distance, let's look for things.
So also remember,
we're just friends.
I mean, even at work, we'll chat. Interestingly, we're on the same office at that time, right? Not the same office, but
So
same company, multinational company.
Yeah.
Nigeria, Ghana. At
The point is
lunchtime,
that-
I'll send you a picture of my food.
When you get to the office, you tell me you're already at the office, and then at that point, I don't expect any more communication, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody just goes in and do their thing because I know you're at work and I'm also at work or whatever. Then I even know you're at lunch when you send me picture of one swallow with one big soup that has
and light
only,
soup.
only
Fufu
one meat.
and light
And I don't
soup.
understand how Ghanaians eat food with only one
No,
meat.
we buy the meat.
Okay, that's fine. We'll come to it on that day, right? But then that was how I would know that you were at lunch. And then the next thing is when you close and you're off to the gym, and you could just text me, I'm leaving the office. And then I start waiting for the next thing, like I'm going to the gym. For me, that was like my favorite moment of the day because
Go on,
can I say
say
it? Okay, so typically when she goes to the gym, right, she would always like change away from her corporate attire and into gym. Well, so midway into that changing, she would take a picture when she's in her like bra, and she'd,
Sports
like,
bra.
take this sexy book picture
With a mirror,
in
with
the
a gym mirror.
and send it to me. So that moment like this, forget if you sent me something to do at work like this, that 30 minutes I'm just like I'm in a different zone. She'll send me like this bra picture where she's like in her bra,
Sports
like,
bra.
sometimes this bra are like not very sporty, they're like more revealing. It was always
Okay, good for you.
And there was even a day
Good
like
for you.
that you didn't send me this thing, and I demanded. I'm like,
Yeah.
this I was always expecting
I
this,
remember.
and I'm like, how far? Like you didn't go to the gym or you didn't send me whatever, and then you said, okay, don't worry, when you're done with your workout, you send me. So I mean, we were like that. We were like always like communicating, flirting with each other,
Yeah.
even before dating, right? You
Yeah.
always like have this
And then you
subtle
remember
flirt.
those nights communication that sometimes we communicate the whole night and the whole dawn and the whole morning.
Yeah,
There were
like, we
a
have,
few
like,
times
long-
where we did that during weekdays when we're supposed to go to work the following day, and then we finish communicating by 4 a.m. and we have
Okay,
to
so when you say communicating, like call, right? It's sounding too formal.
video call.
Eh-heh,
Come
so,
on,
like,
with some romance on the call and all of those stuff,
yeah, I mean, some of those calls go dirty. I mean, I don't even know where it started, but then I think that's kind of the things that really bonded. It felt like we were in person for real.
Yeah.
So I mean, so in terms of communication, we like that was on point, right? Nothing changed from like when we were friends to like started dating. We already had that one figured out, right? So it wasn't like there was something that we had to now start doing differently or like plan for it. But then when it was not clear that we were dating, like there's this like pushback from your mom, right? And even your friends, some of your friends, they understand what you're doing with your life. How are you dating a Nigerian who you can't see? So how did you manage that?
So basically what I did was I kind of like blocked them out.
You blocked your mom?
I didn't. So when I say block her out, I mean block her out in this particular area of my life.
You have mine though.
Of course, I can't block my mom out.
Okay.
No, never. So, not talking about my relationship with my mom and with my friends. I mean, I had a lot of supportive friends, but I mean, a few of them did not understand why I was dating a Nigerian for that matter. And so I stopped talking about that part of my life with them, right? And simply because I did not like that negative energy that I was getting
So
from it.
sorry, not interrupting you, right? But then if you're watching and you don't understand why they didn't understand she dating a Nigerian, I mean, we did a video about it and we'll just link it in this place.
Yeah, sure.
But then continue.
But then the long and short of that whole thing was that I think it was kind of also giving me some negative energy, and I was having less hope of we working out eventually, right, or going strong eventually.
But for me, I had no doubts.
Yeah, so I
Right.
think that one very important thing from you was the positivity I was getting from you, where I come and tell you that, okay, my mom actually is not in agreement and be like, don't worry, we'll all work out.
Oh,
And
get
you
to that
had
bridge.
this optimism that I could not understand, to be honest. So your personality, having this optimism,
Helped.
really helped. So I think this is a very important thing, especially for long
I
distance
think
relationship.
generally, like if you're in a relationship, you have to have faith in what you're doing. Like
I think at least one partner needs to have this
Yeah.
strong
conviction,
positivity
Like,
or
especially in the
conviction.
face of challenges, right?
Yeah.
So, but you have to have faith in what you're doing, and you shouldn't be this whole. I mean, there's this trend right now. Where people like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're seeing somebody, have like two other people on the side. In case this one doesn't work out, you just keep switching it like batteries. But then that was not the mindset I had. I was like, yeah, people just switch like remote battery, and it's not supposed to be like that. Personally, that was like my own view. So if I'm in it, if I'm doing this, like I give it all. Right? If I'm not dating you, I'm not dating you. But if we're in a relationship, man, we are into this shit. And then I think that the other thing that helped us also, that when we started dating, like from friendship into dating, we started talking about a plan. Like, okay, how will this thing really work? We're not just going blindly. I mean, initially it was like, let's see how this thing will go, right? But we started talking about a plan. We started making, like, in the moment we just saw that positive future, like this thing is really possible, right? We started like having a convergence plan. That was what we started talking about.
Me coming to
coming to
Nigeria
Nigeria
for
to come and work,
secondment.
and that will give us time to be together.
Yeah.
Right. But then there was also the chance that may not happen, or like there was also the part where I felt like there was compromise. So there was plan, but then with every plan you have to like compromise. Like for her living, you have to like leave Ghana. Maybe it's not an adventure to you, right? But I also see it like there's this step that you have taken, this bold, courageous step where you're leaving your country. You're coming to live and work in another country, also because of you're a fine man. But not really because you're a fine man, it was an adventure for you.
Yeah, it
right?
was for me at that point in time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have a different experience because I was also looking for a job outside of my current company at that time, which I almost got, which might have derailed this secondment plan.
Yeah, I think about it every time, right? Such that if you got that job, I don't even know what would have happened to the relationship, right? Because we had that as a plan B, that if this job comes, because it was like supposed to be very good paying, the pay was like really, really nice.
Really
so we're like, okay, if this happens, this is what we'll be doing. We'll be seeing each other twice a month. Right, because another thing again was like there's no way you do long distance and you don't have plans to like keep in touch. Physical connection is like you can't rule it out. I don't know how people do that thing where you be like, okay, I'm dating somebody, but we see once a month. You're in the same city. I'm sure like
I don't understand
for yourself
that.
You can't relate.
I can't even comprehend that.
You left the group
I remember
chat.
when we were so I remember when we were dating. You were in Nigeria, I was in Ghana. We're doing long distance, and I had friends, I had colleagues that were dating people in the same city,
and they don't see
in a week, and I'm like, what the heck?
Are you that busy?
See, my boyfriend's in Nigeria, and I really wish I was here. I would have been seeing him like almost every day, right? Like, are you that busy? What's keeping you from seeing each other?
So you're hopeless romantic. See her face just changed. You want to beat me? Yeah, she's a hopeless romantic. Don't mind that. She looks tough.
I don't even understand the phrase.
Okay, don't worry. I will let you know what it means, or somebody in the comment section will tell you what hopeless romantic is. Maybe you not like their version, right? But then, like that was also one very, very crucial part of thing for us. We knew that we were going to see each other. We're going to be together very soon.
So there's that
we had something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like it was not like this indefinite thing where we're like, okay, let's see how it goes. This wasn't a let's see how it goes thing.
Yeah.
Right. So we knew that even if the secondment thing didn't work out, we were planning to be visiting, traveling like every 2 weeks or once a month, right? That can be very expensive, right? But then we're ready to give that in for this to happen.
Yeah, but come to think of it, if you're working towards a particular goal, like that, okay, I'm putting in all of this effort because I know I'm going to achieve this in the end, right? There's a different kind of hopefulness.
Yes, the vibe,
that
right?
comes
The
with
energy
it.
that you have.
Yes, or hopefulness or whatever that comes with it. And it actually makes you see like a future ahead. So I think that thing, having a plan that is feasible, is very important, because then both parties are actually able to say that, okay, this thing that we are doing is not just playground.
It's not like an experiment, right? Some people actually date or be in a relationship and they know they are really experimenting, right? Any small challenge like this, they ball. Because they're like, any little thing like they're like, man, I can't deal with this stress. And I won't even blame them, right? It's their experience. But for us, I think that we went in with both feet, right? We're testing the depth of the water with the 2 legs at that point, even though it was like long distance, but we knew we wanted this thing to work. And for me, there were other aspects of our personality that really helped. Like for instance, now timing, communication was very, very important. At some point, I realized that close to her period was when we had the most fights.
The funny thing
and
is
I started tracking your period.
Yeah.
Right.
So you actually knew my period. You knew that tomorrow I was going to start my period, and I wouldn't even know.
Yeah. So I will always tell you, like, how far did you pack up for it? Do you have it in your bag?
And it was very intriguing because then you became my period app.
Yeah, I had a period app.
And I never had this experience with any of the guys I dated. So you were the first guy that actually like you knew what was happening. It wasn't because of maybe any.
That's why you have this. Right? Yeah, but for real, like that was one critical component, right? I noticed that period thing where, like, close to your period, you're PMSing, and then,
And then I easily get agitated.
Yeah, small thing can just be like, sky is blue today. You be like, so you mean sky is not grey? You mean I'm lying? Or not like that. It wasn't that bad, right? But then I just realized that close to your period, things can be, complication can be very, very
thing is
difficult.
That, interestingly, it's something that I had not taken notice of. Then I saw the patterns. Like maybe a week to my period, I just get so
I told you the
upset
pattern.
about. Yeah, you told me the pattern.
that this is what I've noticed.
Yeah, you were my period up. You were doing data analytics on my period and all of this. You were sharing the data.
But anyway, I think that, another thing again that I wanted to talk about was that the context, like beyond this whole period app thing, there's some kind of conversation that I would not text you about, right? I would maybe think to say we have to talk about this when we see face to face, or we'll talk about it on
a video
so it
call.
depends on the sensitivity, right? I won't, for instance, text you in the morning 7 a.m. and say, babe, we need to talk, right? I mean, that's like wrong.
I don't do that. We need to talk.
Like
then.
we need to talk. Like what kind of
I'm
anxiety am
either
I
saying
going to
the
give
talk
to you?
or I'm not saying the talk.
Yeah.
I don't.
If I like, for instance, like that will just throw you off, right?
Yeah.
So the point is that if I list text, call, video, and in person, like that severity increases. It's difficult for you to argue on text. You just say one thing like that, and it's like it's the worst thing that you can have.
You said it's difficult for you to argue. It's
Yes,
easy.
no, it's difficult because when I say argue, it's like you have a conflict, but the goal is to resolve it.
Yeah.
You can't resolve
So you mean
it.
it's difficult for you to resolve the conflict via text?
No, the goal when you're arguing is actually
Yes.
to come to a compromise,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So even when you're arguing, like the goal is we want to find a middle ground.
100%.
So it's difficult when you're
so
texting,
texting is
because
the wrong
there
idea
is
for
no context.
resolving conflict.
You can actually type a half sentence and you're trying to type the remaining one, and the person has read that one and replied, and before you
and everything's out of proportion.
So
out
there's
of
no
context.
point.
Yeah.
There's no point texting on when the stakes are high. Just have a video call. You can actually talk to the person. You're able to read your room. You can see when you're saying something that doesn't make sense by just seeing how the person is like reacting visually.
Yeah.
So I think that there's empathy in video calls, and even in audio, in voice, you can read the room. But man, don't do it on SMS or text or WhatsApp or whatever. That was a no-no. And I learned that one, like, I don't even know when I learned it, but I just knew that it was like something you don't do.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's actually important that people are able to like empathize, have a plan, communicate, like over communicate as much as possible.
Top.
Right. So I think these are the things that we did. These are like the rituals we had in the relationship that kind of helped us to like keep sane while we're dating until like we came back in person. And like I'll urge you guys to like leave a comment. Tell us if you have been in this similar situation, like what exactly did you do? How are you able to navigate it? Like what tips can you also share? Like leave it in the comment section.
If you're currently in a situation and there is something that you want us to elaborate more on, we are happy to do another video on that particular thing.
Yeah.
So let us know and let us know your own experience. And like this video if you do like it. I'm sure you do like it.
And then please subscribe to our channel. If you're having fun with our content, please subscribe. Like that button, the red one.
Yeah, click that button
on the right. Yes, that one. Yes, that one.